Greetings and salutations, fellow Diablo players. I am the Count of Mommy's Crisco. Yes, I actually call myself that. This, right now, what I'm bringing to you, is my first ever gameplay build sharing video for any games, even though I've been playing for 30-something years. I figured it was about time to get around to doing this one because Reaper of Souls is due to launch right now as I'm making this in about 5 days, which means that all of the pretty things that I have built this off of are going to become pretty obsolete. So if I was going to do this, now's the time. I'd actually even been hoping to get some better equipment, better microphone, so I apologize for the poor audio quality. But on to the nitty-gritty. What I'm going to do is show you the gear that I've got running here, and then how I'm using the skills to back it up, and then we'll run a demonstration through the depths. I've got a Sage's Orbit that I crafted, which is crit chance. As you can see, I'm running 34% crit chance, 225% crit damage, 100,000 base unbuffed damage, 700,000 base unbuffed toughness, which that toughness doesn't really go up. This is a DPS build. It's as squishy as it can get away with being while dishing out a ton of damage. This is actually a holy build because I have a holy damage armlet, and I actually have one. I keep one on hand for each element. But it's holy damage because this does holy damage, and the best 7-sided strike variant does holy damage, which is the best damage move you can get as a monk. At the moment, when I've got all of my buffs and enemy debuffs running, this thing can crit for about 5 million damage per hit, which at a 34% crit chance means between 2 or 3 crits out of 7, meaning this thing usually gets between 10 and 20 million damage total once I drop it. Not bad for a monk, I think. So, and here's the other thing that it's based around, is my Flying Dragon Diablo, which I got about 4 or 5 days ago and have been building around ever since, and that's what this has led to. It will, as you can see, double my attack speed when attacking on a certain chance that I have no idea what it actually is. It's the downside, the major downside to this build. It's finicky. It does depend on having that thing proc in order to get your base standing there punching things type damage, because that is my usual attack speed. That is my buffed attack speed when that thing procs. And that's pretty much what the, at least general clearing of whites and waves of nastiness comes down to with this build. The 7-sided strike is generally reserved for blowing up elite packs, which it does very well. We're going to go over the moves here really quick. We've got Way of the 100 Fists, which we took for holy damage. The little teleport that comes with it is actually really useful for keeping up damage when the proc hits. I can just hold down left click and sweep over enemies, and it'll send me to them, and I keep hitting them, and I don't lose any DPS time out of my proc when it comes up for my double damage, for my double attack speed. Tempest Rush I took in favor of Dashing Strike because it puts out more attacks per second. I have more chances to proc my double attack speed on my Diablo. Crippling Wave, enemies take 10% more damage. Deadly Reach, I gain 15% more damage on the 3rd strike, which means I've actually started training myself to go 1, 2, 3, and have that on my 3rd attack, so that I can have that upgraded damage. I've got Mantra of Healing with increased resistance, for mainly to go with the one with everything, and the Guiding Light. It's really great to have Mantra of Healing with Guiding Light. The other option that is possible is the healing skill, Breath of Heaven, with Blazing Wrath gives another 10%, giving you the option to get 40% damage out of just popping a heal, which is pretty cool, but I prefer to have the I need it now, not having to worry about cooldowns. I don't generally have to worry about spirit because I've got 3 spirit builders, so that's just having it there when I need it, and that's a wonderful thing. Beyond that, Tempest Rush to get around and proc with, 7-sided strike to do lots of freaking damage. And we will show that off now. We'll go through, maybe get up to level 2 with this, but the main thing is just to hunt down an elite pack or two and show you what it's capable of. Splat. There we go. Party time. Come on, hurt me. Hurt me. There we go. Bye. That was fun. This is Torment 1. This build is pretty easily capable of handling Torment 2 or 3. 3 gets a little risky because it is a squishy build. If I'm going to go with that, I prefer to go with a team and have somebody who is an actual tank-type build, you know, do that job. And boom. I'm kind of amazed he survived through that. That, I think, was a pretty good example of what this build does. You can punch things in the face for about 500,000 damage and then 7-sided strike for up to 20, and it's pretty damn fun. I don't know if it's even a feasible build without the Diablo equipped, but I think at its core, combination strike has a place within monk builds, and it's not something that you see very often, which surprises me. I hope that we find it more often in the future and people start figuring this stuff out with other neat bits that that the new legendaries are able to let them take advantage of. So I hope you all had a good time watching this, and I'll see you later.